Hello and welcome to Goblin Stone. This is the demo version. If you'd like to check it out, then there is a link in the description. Highly recommend wishlisting if this is anything that you'd like to play in the future, because it's actually very soon going to be coming to early access on Steam too. Now, this is basically a kind of reversal of the standard, you are an adventurer and you must go and fight goblins. No, you are playing as the goblins in this game. And we're going to start a new game and we're going to see exactly what's going on with it. Now, there are different classes. I'm going to be you're starting a new game, actually, deleting the progress of the previous one. And yeah, so here's the thing. You have different classes for your goblins. They have usually 3 different abilities that they can use in combat. It is timed combat for the most part. So in other words, you have, it's kind of turn-based, but you also have a rotation. And the rotation is going to be very, very important in what actually happens in regards to people attacking your goblins. So, for example, let's say you have 2 guard type goblins, and usually that's what you're going to have at the very beginning. You're going to have 2 guards and so on. So these guys are going to have shields. They're going to have more protective abilities that they're going to be able to utilize to try and protect your weaker classes. You also have hunter classes, mystic classes, shaman, you also have raiders as well, and you have a number of different things here. So you can see that outside of our wonderful lair, we have a bunch of squatters. And, well, we can recruit some of these guys, actually. So let's actually recruit all of these people to come and live with us. And then you can see here that they actually have different appearances as well, as you can see right there. And they also have different genetic traits. Now, bear that in mind. Yes, this is going to be very important as you go forward in the game, because there's actually a way for you to breed goblins together. And if you breed goblins together, they can create an even stronger goblin when it is born. So, for example, the Hunter's Guild is now available. Yeah, there's a bunch of different places available, by the way, and your lair can be expanded upon as well. By the way, this is, as I said, the demo version, so we are starting at a more advanced stage of the game than you would normally. So we're on day 2 at the moment instead of just day 1. They wanted to get you right into the action, basically. Anyway, so we got the Shaman's Guild here. We got the Armory. This basically allows us to equip our various goblins with a lot of different weapons. You can see here we have battle axes, meat cleavers, bone fetishes, which are obviously for the shaman. We have shields and various other things like that. And you can, of course, increase and upgrade these various layers in any possible way that you like. Now, that's the thing. You need to go to the Ancestors Hall to be able to do that. And as you can see, if I click on this little upgrade button here, I would be able to do it. But unfortunately, I need 5 of these. I only have 1 of these. And you may be asking yourself, well, what is this resource? Well, this resource is what you get when your goblins die. Yes, and they are actually going to be dying. They will die on a variety of different adventures, and these are the goblins that will be dying, the ancestors, you see? So it's all about maintaining your goblin clan enough so that it doesn't actually die completely, so they don't get, completely murdered to extinction, and also then balancing it so that you have a decent amount of ancestry points so that you can actually upgrade your lair and go forward in your goblins' lifetimes. So that's actually basically how it works. Anyway, so this is where goblins breed. Homebred goblins are usually stronger than recruited goblins. When choosing a pair, carefully consider the attributes and genetic traits you would like to breed for. Alright, so for me personally, I'd like to get someone that's really, really good in body. I would like a really, really good body goblin. Oh, this guy is looking great. Okay, this guy's looking real good. Yeah, by the way, you can rename your goblins however you want them. So, for example, I could name this guy Mouthwash. There we go. We could name this guy Mouthwash, and we can actually retire him as well if we want to, but obviously I'm not going to do that, but we're just going to change his class, and I would like him to either be a guard or a raider. And a guard will gain additional armor per 3 points in body. Obviously, he has 7 in body, mind, and spirit. Bear that in mind. So he's actually going to be good at pretty much any class, which is actually kind of cool. Let me just have a look-see here. Spirit +2, but body -3. Oh, that's interesting. Should he be a shaman then? Maybe he should be a shaman. That might actually make sense. But I want him to be a raider. I want him to be a raider. So he's going to be a raider right there, and he's going to gain the raider bonus, and that means he has more critical chance and all that wonderful stuff. So basically, what we can do now is we can take Mr. Mouthwash here, and we can have him go there. And then we can basically put someone else here that has a decent amount of body. This fellow right here. There we go. And then we can just do a little bit of breeding right there. And the breeding has now started. And that will take 1 day. And we're going to be gaining 1 to 2 goblins per spawn. And hopefully that's going to produce an absolute beast of a warrior, which is exactly what we want, of course. Anyway, we have quests. There are quests to do. So if we go out into the world here, this is the world map right here. We're going to go into the Golden Hollows, which is where we currently are. And you can see here that there is an oak knoll. And this is basically just I think our first quest, basically. You can see here there are numerous enemies available for us to fight. I'm actually wondering whether I should go into the other place. No. Okay, apparently, yeah. Okay, so one thing you've got to know. The game is actually pretty difficult, at least pretty difficult for me right now. I think it's probably going to be, the balancing and so on and so forth is going to be worked on, so that's not really that big a deal. But basically, the gnolls have come to the goblins, and they're basically saying that the adventurers are coming in iron armor, trying to exterminate us as much as they can, and please help us. That's what the gnolls basically said to the goblins, and so that's exactly what we're going to try and do. So we're going to go along here. We're going to take these guys into battle. We have 2 guards, 2 raiders, 2 shaman. That sounds pretty good to me. And we're going to go and explore this area. Alright, so here is the adventuring portion of the game. So I can move around with A and D. We are on a 2D plane, and we're also going to be attacking some spiders here, which I am not best pleased about, actually, because these fellows have armor, and as you can see, foes with armor are a bit tougher to kill. Damage will be reduced by the amount of armor they have, and some effects, such as bleed, completely ignore armor. So bleeding is obviously going to be a pretty significant thing for us to go for here, but you can see the top of the screen. You see this bar right here? That is the timer bar, and you can see here, thanks to the wonderful little icon that is being pushed from the very right side over into the middle of the bar, that Mr. Bell Punter here, he is going to be moved all the way back here, and that's going to take him, it's going to take him a pretty significant amount of time to get back to the front of the line. So what we're going to try to do is I will try to stun the opponent, I suppose. Yeah, I will try to stun the opponent, or we could do some damage. No, I'm just going to try and stun. And I mean, they have armor as it is, so I'd probably like to try and do as much damage as I can. Intercept could be really, really useful, but I'm probably not going to do that. We're going to go for another stun here. 20% chance, and we didn't get one of them. Wow, that's kind of unfortunate. Anyway, if any of your goblins die, that's it. They're done. They're gone. They're out of there, so... probably like to be a little bit careful about that. Okay, inflict bleed. Oh yeah, by the way, if you use a particularly energetic ability, for example, you can see exactly how much energy it uses by the top of the screen as well. So for example, First Blood here costs me 4 energy points. And so that basically puts me all the way back here, which makes my goblin tired. And that means that he's going to take additional damage from a variety of sources. So that's obviously a very, very big problem. Anyway, I'm going to just go for a small little chop here. We're just going to continue to try and do simple damage. Ooh, okay, he actually got me with the knockback, and he has now pushed us back and made us tired. So that is obviously going to make things a little bit more difficult for us. Alright, Sudden Strike might actually be something that we want to go for. I'm going to go for Sudden Strike here. Hopefully we'll get a critical. Did we get a critical? No, I don't think so. It would have been nice if we got a critical with that ability. It seemed to give me the opportunity to possibly go straight away again, so it gives me another turn. but I don't think that actually happened, unfortunately. So let me see here. What else can we do? Aha! Okay, so we can hex the opponent. That can inflict slow. Slowing is actually really, really good, because that basically makes it so that you can push enemies back on the timer bar, and you can delay their attack, which is really kind of useful. So I'm thinking that maybe we want to do something about that. Yeah, probably want to do something about that. So let's just attack this spider right here. Try and... yeah, there we go. The slow actually worked. That's perfect. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to make much difference. And they're still attacking Mr. Peep Teller over there. So I'm actually going to go and heal him. There we go. A little bit of healing right there. Hopefully he's going to heal over... it seems like it's going to heal over time. And we've patched him up as well, which is quite nice. Okay, we can do Sudden Strike again. If any ability makes a critical, this costs 0 afterwards. Okay, well, let's just do this instead. Oh, nice, we got a critical, and we also got a bleed effect. Perfect. That is actually really nice. And, yeah, that is actually a heal over time spell. I did not realize that. That's actually really, really nice, because that means that we're going to be gaining a significant amount of HP, and it's going to just continually heal him without any issues. I'm really hoping that we're going to get some stuns out here, because stuns would be really, really nice. Try and prevent the damage from being done in the first place. That would be good. Seems like Mr. Peep Teller is getting absolutely massacred in a variety of ways. I'm actually not entirely sure if I should even bother healing him again. Maybe I should just try to do this, or maybe I should hex. I think I'll just continue to hex.
Vigor is restored.
Yes, vigor is restored. Thank you very much. Okay, let's just kill that. There we go. I do like the fact that they give you a nice, shall we say, prediction of what is actually going to occur, and it's very clearly marked. So any attack or heal or action that you take is going to be very easily seen, and you're going to have a much greater idea of what's going on. Okay, so wait a minute. Mr. Peep Teller, I'm going to heal him again, because we're having some issues with him, in my opinion. As you can see, he's really taking an absolute battering here, which we really do not want. Let's eliminate this other rock spider here. And now it's just one of them. Now it's only one of them, so we don't really have to worry too much about this. And hopefully I can get a stun. No, it seems like my stunning ability is very, very limited, unfortunately. It seems like it's not really helping me too much. But we are just going to continue doing a little bit of damage here and there. And because we have so many more people in our line, we should be perfectly fine to eliminate the last spider. And there we go. And now it transitions back into the adventuring screen. So now what we can do is we can loot this. Now bear in mind, loot is actually limited, or shall we say the space to loot is limited. So you have to be a bit careful about what you pick up and what you don't. So anyway, aha. All right, wait a minute. Okay, so there are these things called shrines that you will be able to encounter along the adventures of your goblins, and these things can give you a variety of benefits or disadvantages, or both. And in this case, we are getting a bit of both here. So speed plus 20%, but a random equipped weapon downgrades to crude. I actually don't really care about that, because I think most of our weapons are actually crude at the moment anyway. However, max life plus 40%, but enemies gain fury at battle start. In my opinion, that's a bit too harsh, so I'm going to go for the speed increase. I think that sounds good to me. And every single time you transition from one screen to the next, you get a brief look at the map and what has actually been uncovered already, because there's a lot of exploration to do in the game as well, and there's also a little bit of harvesting that you can do here and there too. So for example, we have ironhide here. This is a crafting material. Meat, which can be used to recover 16% life, converts to 4 food after the adventure. And bear in mind, food is actually a resource that your lair, or your home base, is going to be using anyway. So if you have an overabundance of food or resources in general, then you're going to have a really nice time, because then you're going to be able to go back to your lair, and then you're going to have more more food to be able to give to your goblins. Some bridges might shake. This means they will collapse if crossed. Think carefully before crossing these bridges. Alright, well, I can bring up the map, as you can see right here, with M. I can just press M, and then you can see exactly what's going on here. But for me personally, I am happy to cross the bridge. Don't really have a problem with that, and we're just going to harvest this once again. Might get some more meat and things. Yes, indeed, we are getting some more meat, and we're getting some leather too. Thank you. And now I will be moving on. And, well, there doesn't seem to be that many enemies, which I'm actually kind of pleased by. Because, let me tell you, the last time that I went into an adventure with some goblins, they all died. Yes, every single one of my goblins died because we encountered a tempered adventurer. In other words, an adventurer that was extremely experienced and was capable of, well, great feats of slaying goblins. And yeah, that was not the most pleasing thing ever, was it? So yeah, hopefully that's not going to happen this time, and hopefully I'll be able to poison a couple of the, well, not poison a couple of these rats, but hopefully stun a couple of these rats. Can I get a stun? Wow, I'm really unlucky with stuns today. I have been extremely lucky with stuns before, but nowadays, no way. Okay, yeah, well, Mr. Peep Teller, I will be healing you once again, don't worry. Nice! Oh, Bean Jumper is doing so much damage right now with criticals. Super nice to see that. Alright, so, Kindred Spirit, technically we can heal. I'm gonna heal Mr. Peep Teller here, I guess. That's probably gonna be a good idea. And then we'll do a hex on one of the giant rats, and hopefully get it. Yeah, there we go. There's the slow coming out. That's nice. Unfortunately, the slow is kind of still not the greatest thing ever, but you know, it's fine. And hopefully we'll get a stun here. Nope, still not getting a stun. Wow, we're really unlucky. There's the stun. Okay, fantastic, nice. That means that this guy is literally going to have a very difficult time of basically doing anything. And let me see here. Oh yeah, if it dies, this ability cost is reduced to 1. That is so incredibly nice, but unfortunately this dire rat has just a little bit too much HP for us to make that work. So I'm going to have to just do a normal attack. Unfortunate. Alright, oh wait a minute, I can actually do sudden strike here, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just go for a regular attack just to eliminate the giant rat, thank you. And then I will do a hex that's going to kill this thing. Oh no, it is going to kill it because the armor that it has only affects physical damage, not magical damage or bleeds or anything like that. So I'm actually really happy about that. Okay, I can heal. Should I heal Peep Teller or should I just go for some hexes? I think I'll just go for a hex. And yeah, by the way, you can heal outside of battle, but you need to use food to be able to do that. You can't actually heal with your spells outside of combat. Okay, wait a minute. I didn't want to go back there, sir. Thank you. Not entirely sure what actually took me back there, but okay. Anyway, yeah, look at this. We've got some more meat, we've got some gold coins, and we've got some junk. Junk is used to polish weapons at the armory. Oh, I didn't know. Alright, well, that's nice. That's hopefully going to be kind of useful for us. And, yeah, so you can see here that if we wanted to heal him, then we would obviously have to go into our inventory and actually do that. So if we press I, then you can actually select one of these goblins to heal, and we can then eat some of the meat for him. So I'm actually going to do that just to get him a little bit of extra HP, and just in case, you never know, just in case, because I've had some, as I say, I've had some bad previous experiences where we were just absolutely murdered by some very experienced characters. So I would very much like to prevent that from happening this time. And oh, look at this. There's a goblin who's been taken prisoner. Look at that. Seems like we're going to be doing a little bit of rescuing. Oh, maybe not. Because there is a ghoul here. Yes, this ghoul is looking pretty strong at the moment. Okay, we're going to have to pull out all the stops here. I'm hoping that these guys are just going to be kind of... I don't know, maybe I should go for a stun. I'm going to go for a stun on the rock spider, actually. Can I? Oh, it resisted. Are you serious? Okay, what a classic, eh? What a classic. Okay, seems like, yeah, Peep Teller is not doing that much damage in comparison to Bean Jumper. I've got to say that. That's kind of sad. Let's go for Sudden Strike right here, just to get a little bit of extra damage, and then he's going to be able to act immediately again. So let's go for that. Oh, I was hopeful that we'd be able to kill the rock spider before anything else would happen, but... oh well, never mind. Doesn't seem like we're going to be able to. And he's now a little bit tired, unfortunately, as well. Alright, so Life Shock. Life Shock is actually a pretty cool ability, because what it does is it actually heals living beings and also stuns them, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I think so. But if you use it on an undead, it actually takes magic damage from the Life Shock, which is pretty useful in my opinion. But I'm actually going to be just doing a Hex against the ghoul here, hopefully to apply a slow. Nope, the slow didn't actually work, unfortunately. I'm going to go for Kindred Spirit here. Should I actually go for Kindred Spirit here? Yeah, on Mr. Peep Teller, I suppose. Kind of want to keep healing as much as I possibly can. Oh, wow, that was some massive damage right there. Okay, that was way too much damage. Okay. Yeah, this is a bit problematic. Oh, nice critical. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Finally. Okay, I was actually wondering when Peep Teller was going to critical, actually. Anyway, Exterminate. We could do Exterminate. I think I will probably go for that. That is going to reduce the cost of Exterminate by a huge amount, so we can get him to do more. And Kindred Spirit, we're going to have to actually heal Bean Jumper here. Really do not want him to die from poison or anything like that. Oh, no, 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 no. You're not going to kill Mr. Bean Jumper here, sir. I will be getting out of here immediately. Thank you for the critical as well, Mr. Bean Jumper. Thank you. He's immune to bleed, by the looks of things. The ghoul is immune to bleeding. Of course he is. I mean, really. Let's just go for some damage. Maybe we'll get a stun. It's highly unlikely we'll get the stun, but you never know. And we could technically... No, that's not going to work. Okay, I'm just going to continue going for this. Oh, nice. A good slow. And we will, I think, hopefully actually be able to kill. I think we will. Yes. There we go. Nice. Wow, yeah, there we go. There's the Exterminate coming out. And then the Rock Spider is going to do a little bit of damage, but I am very, very pleased that we've been able to do this with 0 casualties. As I said before, we were losing goblins left, right, and center, so it's actually super nice that we haven't been able to lose anyone this time around. The Grateful Goblin makes its way back to the lair. Very nice. And we can also open up this little pack here, which gives us some additional junk. As it showed you previously on the mission select screen, basically, you get a kind of a preview as to what kind of loot you're going to get.
A small band of goblins marches fleetly to the hollows to pursue their imperiled friend. Just beyond the hill, they find the gnoll, fiercely tracking obscured footprints within the sandy earth, his eyes rimmed red with tears. The emissary is searching for a gnoll youngling who vanished along the trail. As quickly as they spotted him, the gnoll disappears, following the tracks farther down the path.
And there is a little bit of the exposition about what we are doing here. Indeed, we are being here to try and help the gnolls. Alright, so there you go. Follow the frantic gnoll out of the hinterlands and into the golden hollows. That's exactly what we did. And we have now gained a skull wand. And now bear in mind, weapon abilities are actually tied to each of the pieces of equipment that you're going to be getting for your goblins as well. So for example, the skull wand has this ability called Blast, and it deals 100% magic damage to a foe, and the classes that can equip this are Mystic and Shaman. So that's actually really cool too, because that basically makes it so that every single thing that you're equipping is unique in some way or another. Because then obviously they get, you know, that you have the ability to equip them however you like. So if you want one person to use hexes, for example, and the other person to use Blast or something, then you can do that. And in my opinion, that's pretty nice. Anyway, the gnoll is searching for someone. Catch up with him. That's our new quest. And as you could no doubt tell, our breeding has now been completed. And now let's actually have a look. Let's do a little bit of spawning, shall we? There we go. Twig Turner. Okay, Twig Turner, hello there. Oh, you've got some... Okay, that didn't work out as I intended. I was actually hoping to get more body, but that's alright, that's alright. He's got some decent mind and spirit and things like that, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we can actually change his name as well. So we're going to be calling him Hogwash. There we go. Call him Hogwash. And we're going to be making him a shaman, I suppose. Do we have any bonus points to spend? No, I don't have any bonus points to spend. Sad. But you can see here, yeah, he has more mind but less spirit because he's a skeptic. Are you serious? He's got more mind but less spirit, but he's literally got 7 spirit. I mean, that's crazy. Well, never mind. But yes, you can actually get other classes as well. For example, hunters, which are ranged classes, you can see, that can set powerful traps and pick off rare enemies. You also have the ability to create bandits as well, and this is a well-balanced class that has both utility and offense in their arsenal of skills. So there's a huge amount of different variety that you're going to be able to do here. Among other things, you're going to get raiders, shaman, and you've obviously got the armory here as well, because of course we did get that skull wand, and we can tell someone to actually equip it if we want to. For me personally, I'm pretty happy with the hex because I like the slow effect, so I'm not really going to do anything with that. But if we go to the Raiders Guild, for example, as well, what we can do is we can go here, and we can basically select someone, and then we can say, oh, you know what, I'd actually like you to use this or this or this, and you can just change things around a little bit, and you can see their genetic traits as well. So this, in my opinion, is going to be an extremely cool looking game when it actually comes out, because obviously this is the demo. This is quite a bit further back in the internal development of the game as far as I'm aware, and they have come a lot further in what they are actually envisaging the game to be. And obviously, as I said before, it is coming out to Steam Early Access, so if you would like to check it out, there is a link in the description. Highly recommend adding it to the Steam wishlist if you are interested at all. Otherwise, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.